Hi, in this lesson I'll demonstrate a very simple method to spice up our improvisation when playing a modal jazz jam with a band. Normally when playing a modal jam we use a single mode, for example the Dorian mode, and that can for sure be great. But in this lesson we'll learn to vary and color our sound by using many different modes, doing progressions, constantly shaping our improvisation into thrilling small stories and intertwined flavors. We have great help from Nikolaj from Norway. He plays the bass and drums. I really like his music. He makes me think about Norwegian mountains, freshwater springs, and super clean air. He has the talent to create lots of space so that we have the room to unfold our thrilling sounds in a free manner. Now, let me demonstrate. Nikolaj establishes an F foundation. On the piano we shape this F foundation into different tonal flavors, playing polymodal. When analyzing our music theoretically, it may seem pretty advanced, but the fact is that I use a quite simple and very practical method to do all this, so that I don't have to think about scales and music theory while playing. The less we think, the better the music. This lesson is a kind of continuation of the previous lesson about the melodic minor modes. I'll paste a link below. But you don't have to watch the previous lesson, because I'll briefly summarize in just a minute. Afterwards, we'll of course add some really thrilling new stuff as well. Some of it may be quite crazy and provocative, you'll see. This lesson is about the melodic minor modes, but also way beyond. By the very end, we'll have Nikolaj's backing track running. You want to try out the techniques from this lesson. This is a new jazz lesson, and my name is Oliver Prehn. Let's start out looking at the left hand before adding the right hand as well. Place your left hand like this. And now you may think, oh, we learned that already in the previous lesson. But don't worry, new thrilling stuff will come soon. Now look at the middle finger. If we just keep the middle finger pointing to the F Aeolian major scale, a scale that starts up as major scale but ends up as minor, we'll have all our positions for our left hand grip to play all the F melodic minor modes. Keep on focusing on the middle finger, because we'll also use this finger to hitch the right hand wagon. Now the middle finger is on F, so in the right hand we can play an F triad hand grip like this. And we can add the middle finger like this. And we can move the hand grip down with a whole step. Let's try out another position for the left hand. And we have the right hand grip here. here. Another left hand position. Right hand here. And here. And so on. So this is pretty much, in short, what we learned in the previous lesson. Before moving on, adding new thrilling stuff, let's hear out this technique with our band. So right now we shape our sound by using all the 7 melodic minor modes. We play polymodal instead of being stuck in one mode only. By the way, often and when it's possible, I like to slide my ring finger from a black to a white key like this. Just to make my sound more bluesy. By the end of this lesson, I'm gonna show you how we can achieve a much smoother left-hand progression. That'll be really thrilling. But before doing that, we also have to try out something really crazy. The thing is that by using our very same hand grip technique, we can easily do new, exotic, modern and thrilling sounds. And we just have to try that out, right? So please stay tuned. Now, let's do something really crazy. While Nikolai keeps track of the F foundation, there's nothing better than to unfold something crazy, modern, exotic and non-diatonic on top. I just love to tease and surprise the audience and play something that really doesn't belong among the expected traditional jazz harmonies. The thing is that we really don't have to be stuck with the clean, ordinary, melodic minor positions all the time. You know, when the middle finger is pointing strictly to Aeolian major. We can place the left hand grip anywhere on the keys. Yes, you heard me right. So this is actually even more simple than before, because now we can just play any random left hand position. But how does it sound? Well, let's try it out together with Nikolai. Let's hitch the right hand whacker. non-diatonic outside positions sound so cool and natural anyway? Well, I believe it's because we repeat the same pattern all along. The same hand grips, the same relation between left and right hand. So we recognize a certain repetitive structure rather than recognizing traditional jazz harmonies. So it is our grip pattern that brings order to chaos. So our hand grips open up an entire new world of sounds we can do. Now, let's just dwell into this and do some mysterious, exotic, non-diatonic mode colors in between the normal and now almost boring melodic minor notes. Just listen and enjoy your sound. Very soon I'll show you a really cool little trick to make our progression from one chord to the next chord much smoother. In that way we can mix and blend our flavors and harmonies very nicely. So please stay tuned. Maybe you have noticed that our left hand tends to be a little clumsy because it constantly moves in parallels. Well, nothing is wrong about that, but it could be great if we were also able to move our left hand in a more smooth manner. Well, for example, look at this chord progression. Now, if we invert this position of our hand grip to this new grip, look, same notes, I just moved the two lower notes to the top. Then we can make this much smoother progression between our two chords. So we can just invert any of our hand grip positions. And by blending inverted versions of our hand grip with non-inverted versions, we can do really smooth progressions all the time, like this. So, how to hitch the right hand triad grips? Well, look at, for example, this non-inverted grip. And as we have learned earlier, we use the middle finger G note to hitch the right hand. But if we do the inverted version, well, then the thumb is on the G note. So when doing an inverted left hand grip, we use the thumb to hitch the right hand wagon. So middle finger, thumb, middle finger, thumb, and so on. Now let's try this out with our band. If you find this inversion technique just a little too complicated, don't worry. There's nothing wrong about playing only one non-inverted grip in the left hand, moving it around in parallels. That can sound great too, sometimes maybe even better. This inverted grip technique is just if you feel for it. More is not always better. So just take it easy. In another lesson I explain a lot more about these inversions of the left hand grip, and we do some relevant exercises playing 2/5 progressions. I'll paste the link below. By the way, you are so much welcome to make a small voluntary donation at either PayPal or Patreon to support and recognize my work. But you surely don't have to. All my lessons are free, public and for everybody. Money or no money. Thank you so much everybody for donations, likes and all the nice comments you give me. I'm just so grateful. In just a minute, we'll run Nikolaj's backing track solo, so you can try out all the techniques from this lesson. Please support Nikolaj by subscribing to his channel. He makes wonderful pop music and he is also a great teacher on the jazz guitar. I'll paste a link to his channel below. Best and warm regards from Oliver Prehn.